Hello, I wanted to make more of like a fun video today because I've been just doing like a lot of work. I've been making a lot of work related videos and I just feel like I haven't made just one of me like doing something stupid and chatting in a while. So I got new coloring books recently. We have this neuroscience one. Well, I've had this one for a while. It's an anatomy one. We got two different options. I think I'm gonna do the anatomy one for now because it's a little bit more chill. Like there's not that much to it and the pictures are kind of more fun. The neuroscience one is like, it's like hardcore technical drawings. Okay, we're gonna be doing, let's see, which picture? This random one of lungs. Very cool, very interesting. I want to talk about something kind of funny today, which is being queer and locked in. I know that sounds so random, but so I'm bisexual. However, I haven't dated anybody like long term at all. I haven't actually like I've gone on dates with people. I've gone on dates with guys. I've gone on dates with girls. I've kissed guys. I've kissed girls. I've in that sense, yeah, but I haven't ever actually dated anybody at all because I have issues. I don't know. I just have issues. Just kidding. I just not that I have issues. I just feel like life hasn't taken me there. I feel like I fell in love with something completely different, which is like my work. I don't know. When I was in college, I I went through something really difficult like my very first year, and then I feel like the rest of my time got really swallowed up by that experience. I had sexual trauma. I wasn't really in the headspace to like I don't know. I just feel like I had stuff to work through at that point in time. And I don't know, I thought I was gonna get to college. When I was younger, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be out, I'm gonna have like this really like big dating life and I'm gonna experiment around, I'm gonna, date a bunch of different types of people and really learn myself. And I went through sexual trauma my very first year and that was really, really tough. I feel like it really hampered my dating life. I also had someone I really, really liked for a long time too, so I don't know, but I also just didn't I was a bit scared to go out and like date, and I don't know, it wasn't, even though it wasn't obviously a woman who like committed the trauma. So obviously I had to work through my relationship with men again, just point blank period, but also I think after that it was like just intimacy in general was like nerve-wracking. And then I don't know, this is the thing that I've never been the kind to just date to date. You know what I mean? Like just date and just like go out and go like meet random people and like, just have fun. I don't know. It's not that I don't want to have fun, but I don't like wasting people's time. I think that's like my big thing. Especially because I didn't really have the confidence to know that I'd be able to really engage well in a relationship. I like it was like I have issues to work through. I'm kind of like attached in like a disorganized way, all this stuff. I was like, I'm kind of avoidant. I feel like I would mess things up for somebody, and that's like not really what I want to do. I think I especially felt that for women. For guys, I was like, they don't care. I feel like they're more likely. I feel like they're not. They're kind of like more likely to do me dirty. I feel like I've run into lots of avoidant men. I don't know, but with women, I was like, I don't want to mess stuff up for women. You know what I mean? Granted, there's a lot of avoidant women who will probably do me dirty anyways, but I'm just saying, like, I was like, I have a feeling that I would be that person if I went out right now and tried to date people, and I'm like, I've heard too many horror stories already. I do not want to be another menace. I don't want to be another menace in the queer community, and just I don't know, just not my vibe. But I feel like because of that, I never really felt that comfortable in like my sexuality, I would say. Like, I don't know. I feel like only recently I've started to feel more comfortable. Like I can comfortably call myself bisexual. Like I've had to like, it doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't matter about numbers. It doesn't matter whether you've gone out and dated like 100 people or something like that, and like you've dated like 10 men, 10 women, or something like that. Like it doesn't really matter. That's not what it's about, and like you should just validate your own voice. It doesn't matter, like, you know what I mean? I think particularly being bisexual, it's kind of hard because I feel like people, it's like you got to get the numbers in a little bit, or people are sort of really, there's a lot of people that are like, no, you're actually straight, or whatever, stuff like that. So I feel like there's this pressure to just be like, oh no, I've dated men, I've dated women. And then I feel like I got out into the world and I don't know, I was like getting over somebody. And then also I feel like I was really locked in too. Like I feel like I left college and I was like, okay, no, now I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna date people, I'm gonna explore my bisexuality more. I'm gonna be more like involved in the queer community. Because this is the thing, is that even though I had a lot of queer friends and stuff, and like obviously in that sense I was in the community and like sometimes we go to like gay clubs or stuff like that, like I didn't really feel that. I don't know, I wasn't like, I feel like I wasn't really that active. Like I wasn't really going out and being like super into it, you know? Because I don't know, I was just dealing with my own mess. I don't know. And I just feel like especially because I was like navigating trauma and I was like learning to heal from that, I feel like I was watching other people go out and really expand into their own identities and expand into their queerness more. And I feel like I just wasn't like doing that. I was like, I'm not expanding that much. And I was like, well, right now, like I need to not, because I was like, I don't want to be, I was like, I'm definitely like unhealed. Like I need to go and like heal because I'm not gonna, you know, again, I think especially for women, I felt that. And maybe that was just like my anxiety too. I think like it's more nerve-wracking for me in my head to like be with women because I feel like I hold myself to a higher standard. I don't know, like I feel bad about that, but I feel like I don't know, or maybe it's just I don't really know what to do. I don't know. I just feel like I was like I'm holding myself to a higher standard because I think maybe because I'm a woman, I'm like I don't want to hurt another woman's feelings, and not that I want to hurt a man's feelings, but I just don't think I feel like in my head they don't care as much, but maybe they do. Anyway, so then I left college and I was like, oh, okay, like now I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna expand into like my queerness more. Immediately I got lost. Well, first of all, I was working like crazy. I was like working, 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 working. And I didn't like, I was kind of crusty, like to be honest, because I was working so much. So I didn't feel cute. Like I was like, I don't feel like I just didn't feel like dating material that much. Not even to put myself down, but to the degree where I was like, I'm working so hard that like I don't even have like cute clothes right now and stuff. I just don't. I feel like I want to be in a confident energy if I'm gonna go out and like date and stuff like that. So it's like I didn't really. Again, I got really locked in on like this project that I've been working on. So I was just like, okay, this has been like the most important thing in my life right now, and I'm happy I'm doing it. Like I feel good about the fact that I'm doing it, and it's really been worth my time. But this project is like the most meaningful thing I've ever done, and I'm really grateful that I'm working on it. Like I'm enjoying it. It's good for me. It's been healing, and I think I like needed to go down that path to heal as well. But I don't know. I just feel like it keeps putting me in an awkward spot because I'm like, now I'm too locked in to date. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well now it's like I don't even have the mental space. I don't have the anything. And this is the thing that sucks, is that I feel like I keep, you know what? No, I feel like actually, first of all, I am not that mad about it because this is the thing, is that I think that we teach women to be like really dating centric in certain periods of time in life. And that's the thing. I think like part of being bisexual and like growing into my own bisexuality is not really seeing women or men as like that different. You know what I mean? In terms of like, oh, it's not like it's like a magically different thing or like a magically special thing just because someone is a woman or a man. Like it's still, I don't know, like even if like just because I feel like it's been good for me to not, it's been like, I don't know, subversive as a woman or something to be really focused on my career and be really focused on my mission in the world and not be too like obsessed with dating. That's been like really cool for me. I think it's been cool to work on my career and also just myself. I feel like it's been about my relationship to myself, to learning my skill, like new skills, to expanding my own like stability and stuff like that. And that's been really, really empowering. I think that we don't often teach women to go down that path when they're like this age. And that's the thing, is like, okay, I feel like a lot of the conversation is about like teaching women to be less like male centric so that they can be in that mentality. But it's like, just because I'd be like, even if I were dating a woman, like it's still that's still gonna consume like my energy and my thoughts and like my everything. It's not that I'm dating, like, you know what I mean? It's not just being male centric, even though I think it's obviously different because we are taught to like seek male validation and to like all this stuff. But I'm like, okay, but if I were dating a woman, I'd still be like really like immersed in that, you know? So I feel like it's been cool for me to be like, no, I'm just focused on me. I'm focused on my healing. I'm not giving anybody relationship trauma. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And I think I really needed it to like go back into the dating world feeling better. That being said, it's been kind of like an awkward spot because I feel like I keep waiting and waiting and waiting to sort of grow into my queerness and grow into my, because that's the thing is that I think I felt so much shame at being bisexual for like a really long time. I still feel shame all the time at being bisexual. You would think, well, oh, there's so much, I don't know, like you would think that, I don't know, people would be past that or something, because even though like I feel like I grew up with like less homophobia than probably people in older generations than me. I mean, it's personal, but I feel like I still feel like a lot of shame towards my own bisexuality, and like I just feel like the older I get, the more like the less shame I feel towards it, the more I want to integrate it into the way that I express myself. Like I feel more comfortable in wanting to make that a part of the way that I navigate the world. And I think that's been like an interesting challenge for me as somebody who's not dating women at the moment at all, like, or not even just dating women, dating anybody. I'm not dating anybody at all. I'm just vibing and being me. And it's sort of been like, how do I integrate that still, or how do I still make it a part of me? And would it even be a part of me if I'm not dating another queer person? And at the same time, I feel like it's been like an interesting sort of self-exploration also of the way, like my gender, the way I present myself. I feel like I am a very feminine presenting person. I haven't fully found my style yet, but I just think actually, you know what? I feel like actually being in this space, ironically, sometimes it's helped me to accept my queerness more, because I feel like so much of being a queer person is just getting in tune with your most authentic self, getting in tune with the person that you are, if you know there's no rules about who you have to be. And I feel like I've been really getting to know myself and sort of understanding myself better, understanding my interests, and accepting different facets of myself that I didn't really have before. Or I don't know. I just feel like I've been like more accepting of myself as a whole. I don't know. I've been asking myself the question a lot, like what even is queerness? Is there like is there actually like a queer way to present yourself at all? I think there is. I mean, obviously I think people see other queer people and you know that they are in your community, or you have a sense, you have a guess. Then again, I think I navigated like a lot of confusion in terms of my self-expression. Like I feel like because I'm more feminine presenting, I mean, this is a privilege for sure as well, but I feel like people don't always necessarily pick that up from me right away. Or I know straight people that sometimes dress a little bit more masculine, and they actually get like a lot of people hitting on them, like queer women hitting on them. Like a girl I know, I'm like, I feel like I don't get that randomly. I don't know, like I feel like she just presents herself in a certain way, and I'm like, do I need to change my style? Like, do I look too straight? Am I supposed to be like, I don't know, at first I was like, am I like too feminine? But then I started like hearing more from like femme women, like more feminine presenting women who, or even for example, you know, there's queer women who are like hyper femme as well. Like they really lean into their femininity. And I don't know, then I decided maybe it's not really a masculine feminine thing at all. Do I need to look more artsy? Like, is that what it is? I would say I'm a pretty artsy person, but I don't know if I present artsy. I don't know. Does it really matter? Also, that's the other question. Does it really, really matter at the end of the day? I guess not. But I don't know. I've been feeling like a little bit lost in my queerness. Like, what does it really mean? Or like, what is it? How do I go about it? Maybe if I was dating people, I'd have a better answer to that. But I don't know. I think that's actually a little bit of the other reason that I haven't gone and dated queer women as well, because I think I feel a little bit like lost in my own queerness and like, what is it? And I do think there's like a little bit of a look that people sort of tend to have. And I think I've been so off in my own world that I haven't really been engaging I don't know. I haven't been like on the internet, like, I haven't been like super immersed in like internet culture. I like Charlie XCX, but don't crucify me. I never listened to her full album, like the BRAT album. I'm sorry. I feel like that's like a sin against the gay community as like a queer person. I never listened to the full album. I'm sorry. I liked it. The songs I heard, I did like, don't get it twisted, but I didn't ever hear the full album. I don't know. I've been trying to cut out like all the AAVE, so I feel like that's a whole nother thing to unpack. But I'm like, I don't even think I'm speaking in Gen Z queer slang, which is really just a bunch of stuff people steal from everybody else. So I feel like I don't like sound queer sometimes. But let's skip over that one. That's a whole nother conversation. And I don't know. I'm like, what am I supposed to be? And I've just been trying to tell myself, like, I don't know. I've been trying to tell myself that I just should be me and like what I like. It doesn't really matter. And I don't know. But I'm just like, how do I think, you know what? I feel like I've never had trouble making queer friends. Like, it just always happens to be that way. So maybe I feel like you just naturally find each other anyways. But sometimes I'm insecure. Like, do I look queer enough? Do I act queer enough? Like, how do you act queer as well? I don't know. Just feeling like I want to grow into that identity a little bit more, but just not really, just being a little bit lost in like how to do that in a way that's just authentic to me as well, you know? I don't know. I feel like a lot of the big things that have become a big part of my personality recently aren't really that queer coded. I've been really into science, obviously, as you can tell. I've been like doing like self-improvement, working on myself. I've gotten really into politics, obviously, as can be seen from my YouTube. I don't know. I'm not a DJ. I don't live in Bushwick. Like I said, never listened to full Charlie XCX album. I don't even feel like I own like any clubbing outfits. I'm not hyper femme, but I'm also not like masculine. I feel like I'm a pretty feminine person, but I wouldn't even say I'm not like, camping, being like really campy or like camping it up. I don't know. What do I do? The other thing is I don't have any like messy queer stories to tell. I'm not being like a messy bisexual. I'm not and that actually, like, I know that sounds like an insult, but that's an insult to myself. I feel like I'm not being included. I don't know. I'm not in like some crazy situationship. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too emotionally healthy at this point. Like, I've been protecting my peace too much and now I don't know what to do or what to say. Like, but I still feel like a queer person. Like, you know what, where you start to, I don't know how to put it, but it's like, it's kind of like a feeling that just comes from inside you and then you sort of attach it to things in your life, where it's like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I've just been trying to like kind of figure myself out in that context. Obviously, hopefully will get back to dating soon once my project is done or whatever. But sometimes I just feel a little bit like, I don't know, what does it mean to be queer? And I just feel like I have my own unique like vibe. I don't know. I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really on social media, so I feel like I'm not doing like I feel like so much of queer culture is on the internet, and while I do like to watch stuff about like, people commenting or whatever, I just feel like I'm not really as like immersed to the degree that I'm not like everyone's listening to the same music or everybody's doing the same stuff. Like, I've been a little bit lost. I think I just need to make like some queer friends here. That's like the solution. I also don't really feel, because I haven't been dating, I don't really even feel like I'm like, what's the word? Pandering to the male gaze, like, at all. Like, I don't feel like I don't care what men think of me either. I just feel like I'm being myself. Is that enough? I hope so. Anyways, I finished. It's so ugly. I couldn't find my colored pencil, so this is actually just a really, really hideous image. Okay, that's it. I don't know. There is no conclusion. I just feel like maybe I need to go back into the dating scene, or like if I'm not dating people, am I still queer? I don't know. We need more representation of bisexuals who get absolutely zero play. Just absolutely just nothing. Just minding their business and never dating anybody and never doing anything. As a side note though, I've been telling myself it'd be kind of cool to be like, a queer woman in a new space, queer woman in science, a queer successful woman. It's like, yeah, you know what? F yeah, that's cool. I like it. It's like, if I gotta be locked in for that, I gotta be locked in. So, it's like, gotta make a new space for myself.